Yeah, good morning, good evening, everybody. Are you getting my voice? Yes. Bharti and Pavam Kumar. Yeah, Bharti, you are getting my voice, right?
Oh, yes, I'm able to hear.
Yes. Fine. First of all, my name is Swamy Naidu. I'm teaching you technologies like React, Angular, JavaScript, etc. Okay. Now, in this demonstration class, just I'm going to brief you what is React JS and so what are the benefits we have with this React JS and what type of operations we can do with React JS. Okay. These are the concepts we are discussing. 1 second. Yes. So first we are discussing what is React JS and how to work with this React JS. That concept we are discussing now. Okay. Yeah. Now before that, small diagram I'm going to show you. Yeah. So here web application. Okay. Architecture we are discussing. Okay. If you take any website, every website contains two different phases. One is design phase, another one is coding phase. Yes, like that every website contains two different phases. So what the first one here, design phase, and second one is coding phase, right? Yeah, in this design phase we are creating user interfaces. Yes, and in coding phase we are implementing logics. Yes, what is user interface? Nothing but the front page which we are creating here. Okay, for example, login. If you take here, yes, it contains username text box, listen please one second. Class username text box, and next one here the password text box, and this is login button like that. So this is user interface like that. This is the login user interface like that. If you take here for registration page, one user interface, for other pages user interfaces we have. These user interfaces you want to design, then we are taking the support of some technologies like, okay, yes, HTML and CSS like that. These are the technologies we are using here. Yes, yeah. And if you come to the logic point of view, two types of logics we are using here. Okay, yes, two types of logics we are creating. What is the first one here? Client side, and second one is server side logics. Yes. So we have coding point of view, two types of logics we're implementing. One is client side, another one is server side. Now, this is the complete website. One website, if you take here, that website related, okay, phases here. We have two phases, one is designing, another one is coding phase. Designing phase, we are creating the user interfaces, and coding phase, we are implementing the logics here. Okay, so here user interfaces we can create by using HTML and CSS, and logics we can implement two types of logics here. One is client side, another one is server side. So client side logics, we are taking the support of JavaScript or next level of JavaScript like React JS. Yes, we have few more technologies like Angular JS, etc., etc. Yes, and server side logics, if you take here, these server side logics we can implement by using, yes, so JSP and ASP, PHP, etc. These are the technologies we are using to work with the server side logics. Like that, we have these two types here. One is designing, another one is server side code. Yes, yeah. So now our role is React JS. React JS we are using to implement the client side logics. Is it clear? So what is client side and what is server side? So we need to discuss about this. Okay. First of all, if you take here client side script. Yeah. So the script which executes in browser, we can call as, yes, client side script. Yeah. So what is this? The script which is executing browser, we are calling as client side script. So now here server side script. Yes. Script executes server. We can call as server side scripts. So now here JSP, PHP, all this comes under server side scripts, and client side script, JavaScript and React JS like that. Okay. Now what is React JS? It is an open source client side script. It is library of JavaScript. Yeah. What is React JS? React JS is the library of JavaScript. You got it? Yes. So React JS is an open source library of JavaScript. Means this library is providing number of built-in functions to easily work with JavaScript. Means we can say React JS is the next level programming of JavaScript. Is it clear? It is nothing but the next level programming of JavaScript. In JavaScript, each and everything we use it to implement manually. Okay, but in React JS, for every concept, predefined functionalities are available. Those functionalities we can simply use in our applications. So that's why it is library. Library means what is that? So it is providing set of functionalities. Library is providing the set of functionalities like that. Yes, yeah. So React JS is nothing but an open source library of JavaScript. Yes, yeah. So now here client side script, what type of operations we can do with this client side script? So first we need to discuss about this concept. So if you take JavaScript or React JS or vanilla JS, whatever it may be, so what type of functionalities we can do? Okay, so we can use this client side script first of all to apply dynamic functionalities on HTML controls. That's the first point. Yes, to apply dynamic functionalities on HTML controls. So what is the meaning of applying dynamic functionalities on HTML controls. Yes, yeah. So what the meaning of this concept? Nothing is there. So changing the properties of HTML controls at runtime. That is the concept of dynamic functionalities. By default, all HTML controls are static controls. Okay. These controls properties we can change at runtime using this client-side scripts like JavaScript or next level of JavaScript like React. Yes, yeah. So one simple example for more better idea, I will show you that one. So now here a simple program I am creating now. Just so this is only for example purpose only. Okay. Now desktop pro.html I created one program HTML file. So what the name of this file I have given? pro.html. Open this. Yes.
Sir,
In
your
this
screen
file,
not visible, sir.
my screen is not visible.
Yeah, sir.
I think it is not visible to you. Remaining people, are you able to?
Notepad only.
Huh?
Yeah, now open.
Yeah, notepad only.
Now
Now it's
visible.
open.
Yeah, notepad. I am displaying notepad only. Now just
Okay, okay. Now
implementing.
visible. Okay.
Yeah. Body tag I have taken. Simple. My requirement is I want to display one image control. img source is equal to. Now see in my desktop on image is there, mango is there, mango.jpg and apple.jpg is also there. Now I am displaying mango.jpg. This is the image and width is equal to something like 100 pixels I have given here. Yes. I have taken one image. What the source of this image? Mango.jpg and width is equal to 100 pixels I have given like this. Okay. Now save this. And if you observe here, we are getting the mango.jpg file. Yes, yeah, fine. Now here, is this static control or dynamic control? Yes, this is static control. Means what are the properties we have given in design time? So those properties it maintains here. Okay. So properties cannot change. My requirement is I want to apply dynamic functionalities on this HTML controls. Okay. Then how can apply here? So in this point of view, we are taking the support of JavaScript or next level of JavaScript like React.js, etc. So now my requirement is when I click on this image control, I want to convert this mango as something like apple, etc. Now here, see this code, don't try to understand, okay? Just sample okay, program I'm showing you what is dynamic functionality for that. So now here, just apple.jpg. When I click on this one, so what the source of this image? Apple. Means like that at the time of application execution, okay, once it is executed, you want to change the properties of HTML controls. In this point, we are taking the support of this JavaScript or next level of JavaScript, like any client-side script. That's the first point. And second point, client-side scripts. I'm talking about client-side script. I'm not talking about React.js. Okay. Yes. I'm talking about client-side scripts. Okay. And next point, if you take here, yeah, to apply validations on controls. So we want to apply the validations like required min length, max length, like that. These type of validations we want to apply. Then also we are taking the support of client-side scripts. That's the second point. And third point, yes, to execute logics in browser. Yes. So in this point, we are taking the support of JavaScript. Yes. To execute logics in browser. Okay, now here we can also implement some logics here. So in this client side scripts, those logics are executing in which location? In browser. Okay. So in this point, we're taking the support of client side scripts. Okay, to execute some logics in browser. So now here, for example, you want to implement a calculator program. So this calculator program you can implement by using either client side scripts or server side scripts. Is it clear? Yes. So for example, you implemented this calculator program by using client side script like JavaScript or React JS. What is the benefit here? So that code is executing client system. So that's why you can immediately see the output of that code. Same logics if you implement by using server side script, and what is happening, for every operation request has to go to server, there it is executing and response is coming back to the browser. So for this entire process it is taking some time. So that's why most of the logics we are implementing with client side scripts. In old days we used it to work with JavaScript. These days the next level of JavaScript like React we are using. And next one here, to work with Ajax concept. So compulsory JavaScript or any client side script is required to work with this Ajax, because Ajax is very advanced technology. So from past few years we are working with this Ajax to send the request to the server without submitting the web page. They are sending a request to the server. I will discuss with you how to work with the Ajax concept, everything. So in this point of we are taking the support of client side scripts. So like that, these are the main operations we can do with this client side scripts. If you take here React.js, it is an open source client side script, and it is the library of JavaScript. Means in JavaScript, what are the manual logics we are implementing? Those are all available as predefined functions in this React.js. Means React.js is the simplified version of JavaScript. And not only functionalities point of view, this React.js is providing many more features. So compare with this JavaScript. Now here, features of React.js we are discussing now. Yes. What are the features we have compared to JavaScript? So now I think you got some clarity about this. What is React.js and what is client-side script? Yes, and what is server-side script? So client-side script means the script which is executing in browser. We are calling as client-side script, and server-side script means it executes in web server. So with client-side script we can do these operations. Okay, so changing the properties of HTML controls at runtime means dynamic functionalities, and validate the input controls to execute the logics in browser and to work with Ajax. Like that in this scenario, we are using client-side scripts. Server-side scripts, we are using server-side scripts to work with the database. Okay, you want to connect with the database and you want to perform some operations in database. In that point, we are taking the support of server-side scripts. Like that, we are using this concept. Okay, fine. Yes. Now my next requirement is so just first of all, what are the additional features we have in this React compare with JavaScript? We will discuss. Before that, React.js, okay, implemented by Jordan, okay, in 2013. Yes. So what the basic version he implemented 1.x, and current version is what is that? So 17.x. So that is the current version available now. So Jordan Walking, he is an employee of Facebook organization. He implemented this React.js in 2013. So first, this React.js used it in Facebook application. In chat point of it, they used this one. Okay. So later, different applications like, okay, so in Facebook, Instagram, okay, next one Apple website, like that in different applications they use it, this React.js. Okay. So who implemented this? Jordan Walking, and maintaining by Facebook Corporation. Okay, fine. React.js we are going to discuss now. Yes, yeah. So any questions you have till now? We discussed some points. related to these points, any doubts, any questions you have, you can ask me now. Yes.
Sir, Ajax is programming language, or what is this Ajax?
No, no,
I don't know.
Ajax is nothing but a technology we are using in this client-side script to send a request to the server without submitting the web page. Okay, this concept we are calling as Ajax concept. In JavaScript, XML HTTP request object is available. So that object we can use. Yes, XML HTTP request object or fetch function. These functions we are using JavaScript. And if you go with that React JS, Axios is the package. Okay, that package we can use with this React to work with the JS concept.
Sure. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, here I got one message. How much JavaScript knowledge is required to attend this course? Actually, complete JavaScript is required. Not this much and that much like that. So here in JavaScript, we are discussing objects. So you should know objects. And next one, hosting concept. Okay, prototypes, bind, and array functions. Okay, promises, callbacks, async await. Okay, event loop. Okay, so like that, different concepts are there in the JavaScript prototypes. Okay, class, how to declare class. Okay, ECMAScript standards here. Okay, ECMAScript 2020 standards are required. So ECMAScript 6 onwards, very big revolution in this JavaScript. So 6 after that 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so all these versions ECMAScript related functionalities are required. Arrow functions, lambda functions, all these concepts in JavaScript are required. So all these concepts I will explain first. So then only I will start the React concepts. Okay. So first I will discuss the JavaScript concepts. So later I will discuss the React JS concepts. That's why here no need to worry about this prerequisite is everything here. I will take care about all these concepts. Okay. So mainly asynchronous programming is very, very important for us. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Any more queries? Any doubts?
Hi, sir.
Hi, tell me.
I am Pawan. Yeah.
Oh.
And apart from this, how much time it will take to learn React and do a project? Because we are freshers, because we are currently having 2 years of experience in another field. We know only HTML and CSS.
Yeah.
So
actually,
can we
this
get on
batch
with
total duration is 60 days. Okay.
Okay.
60 days duration. So first I will cover the JavaScript concepts. Okay. So after that I will start the React JS concepts. Total duration is 60 days.
Okay. Can we have any project, real-time project in this course?
That is here with this project, actually project-oriented explanation we will discuss. Means for example, navigations I will tell you, single page application. So that time I will discuss with you how to place the menu bar and how to navigate from one component to another component with one live example. Like that Ajax only we are discussing. That time I will discuss with you how to get the information from external API service like COVID API service, like the different types of API services we have, how to work with these external API services, those things we'll discuss. Like that here, the thing is based on the concept I'll explain in live environment only. But entire new project batch with complete backend and front end you want, so then you should join with that separate project batch. So main stack project batch classes I'm taking here. Okay, you can join with this main stack. In this main stack, okay, so React we are using. So if anybody wants to attend this main stack, that person must have idea on this React first of all. And here in backend we are working with this Node.js and Express.js and database is MongoDB. This is complete main stack. Yes, so that project batch is available. So that is separate. You can join after this React batch. Okay, without React you cannot attend this main stack project batch. Is this clear? Yes.
Okay, and coming to this, here Angular is front end and React JS means functionalities is it back end?
No. Angular is front end. React is also front end. Is it
Okay,
clear?
then what is the
So
difference
not back.
between both of
Node
them?
is back end. Node is server side.
Okay,
Just like
okay,
JSP, ASP like that.
okay. Means what is the difference between for Angular? No need of learning JavaScript
Sorry, come again. Your
because now
voice
the
is
current.
not.
Okay, for Angular, no need of preparing JavaScript
So Angular
because
TypeScript.
current versions are Angular 9 and 10. They are based
Yes,
on TypeScript, na?
Angular is TypeScript framework. Okay,
Okay,
so Angular JS is JavaScript related framework. Angular is TypeScript framework. Angular JS means 1.x version is there, which is implemented initially. So that is JavaScript related framework. From version 2 onwards, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All these versions comes under TypeScript related frameworks. Okay, yeah. So that's why to learn this Angular, JavaScript is not required, TypeScript is required. To learn this React JS, compulsory JavaScript is required. Even in React also we can use TypeScript. You understand? Yes.
yeah.
React also we can work with TypeScript, but most of the companies they are using JavaScript only because already their company existing resource very well know about this JavaScript. That's why they can easily migrate to this React. So due to this reason in companies, React they're working based on JavaScript only, but React we can also use with TypeScript. Okay. Yes. Next. Okay, fine. So features of React JS we'll discuss now. Yes. So first one supports. Okay. Yeah. Data binding concept. Yeah, React is supporting data binding concept. So what is this data binding? A small diagram I will show you. Okay. Yeah. For example, here, this is one variable. Okay. Yes. 1 second. Yeah. Serial number is equal to 100. I have given like this. This is one variable which I have taken. Now this variable I want to display on the text box. This variable value. Then in JavaScript, actually, I'm talking about JavaScript. We're executing some logics. In this logics, okay, we are reading the data from this variable. 1 second. Yes. So just please stay on the line. I will connect with charger. Okay. Come to this point here. So just this is serial number is equal to 100, and here this is text box we have. Now this variable value I want to display on this text box control. Then just we are executing some logic in JavaScript. In this logic, yes, reading this variable value and displaying on this text box control. So displays here 100 like this. Yes. So now later if I change this variable value as 200 or some other value, okay, this variable is updated, then automatically this text box will not update. Is it clear? So again you have to execute this logic to update this text box. Like that you are calling this variable from different locations. Okay, first initially variable these in these locations means text box, paragraph. Okay, this is one paragraph like this. Okay, and this is one heading tag. Like that, you are calling this variable from different locations. So once this variable is updated, then all these locations values will not change. Again, you have to execute the logic to update these locations also. That is very headache concept for the programmer. So this React is providing data binding concept. What is data binding? So without executing any code, we can directly bind a variable with this HTML control. Is it clear? Yes. Without executing any code, we can directly bind a variable with HTML control. So this concept we are calling as data binding. Yes, what is the benefit of this data binding? What is the use of this data binding here? So whenever you are updating this variable value, then automatically this output will update. Not only here, so from which location you are calling that variable, everywhere it is updating here. So that is the concept of data binding. Okay, yes, this is very flexible at the time of updating the records in the table. So I'm displaying table in this browser and I'm editing the rows, then automatically the other locations from where we are displaying this table data in other location also, these updates has to be effect. So that time it is very, very flexible for us. So I will show you examples in this point of view. Okay, supports data binding. Next one here supports single page applications. Yeah, this is one more powerful concept here, single page application. So why this React, not in React, Angular also got popular means, okay, support single page application concept. What is the concept of this single page application? So here I will show you a small diagram in this point of view. Okay, now here see, for example, you are developing one website. So in this website you have many pages like home page, about us, contact us, services, like that different pages you are creating here. Yes, this is home page and this is about us, like that, and contact us services. Now some X is trying to access the home page. He is sending a request to the server and that home page is loading here. In this home page you are displaying the hyperlinks for, so about us and next one contact us. For this hyperlinks you are displaying. So when user click on this about us, one more request is going to the server here. Yes, one more request is going to the server and response is coming here. Like that, contact us, one more request is going to the server and response is coming like this. Okay, so this is the mechanism which is working like this. But single page application, what the benefit of the single page application? Yes, so here the single page application we are also calling as routing concept. So what is the benefit of this routing concept? Now here all these templates were binding as one object. Okay, later when user is sending the first request, then this object is loading into the browser. In this object we have 4 templates like this. So all these templates are loading into the client's cache memory location like this. Yes, later when user, client means user, so client means user, not business person. When client click on this about us here, then the data is coming from this location like that contact us and other pages, means no need to go to the server every time. This concept we are calling as single page application. Single page means not a single web page. Single page means in a single browser only we are displaying the contents of other pages, means every time browser is not reloading, every time browser is not reloading. So it increases the performance of application by decreasing the network traffic on the server. So only for the single page application we are spending around 4 to 5 days. We will discuss the programs around 4 to 5 days we are spending it there. Okay, and next one here supports, okay, many properties. These properties we are using with HTML control. So by default, every HTML control contains some properties. Okay, like image control, if you take width is one property, SRC is one property. Like that, we have different types of properties. Now here, React is providing additional properties to apply on the HTML controls. Directly, we can use these properties inside these HTML controls. Supports many properties here. Okay, and next one here supports virtual DOM. Yeah, this is very important concept in React. So React is working based on virtual DOM. So this concept is not there in Angular also. Okay, so Angular also supports single page application, data binding, and many properties. We can call them as directives. Okay, all these are available in Angular, but virtual DOM is not there. Okay, in Angular we don't have virtual DOM. So what the benefit of this virtual DOM? Okay, that concept we are discussing now. Yes. So now here, see this simple program diagram. This HTML page. In this HTML page, just I'm taking image tag and text box like that. Some elements I have taken here. Now, when I load this HTML page, means open this one, double click, then in this RAM location, one object is creating like this. Yes, based on this page, one object is created. There inside this object, so we have objects for image and input like that. These are all other objects. This object we are calling as DOM. What is that? DOM object. Yes. Based on this object, in browser it displays the controls here, like that image control and text box like this. Okay. So this is the scenario how this HTML document is loading. When you open this HTML page, what are the elements we have taken here? Based on these elements, one object is creating here. So based on this object, the controls are placing this location. Okay, fine. Now here, if I modify this controls values here, then what is happening every time this object is updating with these modifications. Okay, any text box value or previous program, if you observe image source we change, you know, every time here in this object, entire object is re-rendering here. Okay, if I change only single element properties, then also entire object is re-rendering. This is the default nature of this HTML page. Okay, by default it is working like that. Now come to this React.js. So React.js is providing one duplicate object of this original object. So this original object, one more duplicate object it is providing here. So this object we are calling as virtual object, virtual DOM object. Now what is the benefit of this object? If you modify anything here, first it is updating in this object. Okay, so it is updating in this object, then in this virtual object, means this is the duplicate object, then this duplicate object perform those updates only in this original object. Means without re-rendering this original object again and again, what is happening, this virtual object is updating only that particular area in this original object. This concept we are calling as virtual DOM concept. Because of this virtual DOM, the performance of application is very fast whenever we are updating the control properties. Okay, I will show you that live how to work with this virtual DOM, everything. So anyhow, it support this virtual DOM concept. So this is very excellent feature which we have in this React. Okay, next one, supports. So these are all the advantages we have in this React just compare with JavaScript. Yes, so supports many filters. So filters are nothing but we can call them as pipes. So these filters we are using to change the format of data. So from one format to another format, you want to convert the data conversion. In this point we are using filters. Like here, a string is there that I want to convert into uppercase. For that, one filter is there, and the number is there that I want to convert into some dollars or rupees like that. Then filters are available. These type of filters are there in this location. Okay, next one here, supports JSX format. Yes, so here the JSX is very useful for us. What is JSX? JSX stands for JavaScript XML. JavaScript XML. What is the concept of JSX? Nothing is there. We can place the HTML controls inside the JavaScript. We can easily place the HTML controls inside the JavaScript using JSX. So what happens normally if I place HTML control inside the JavaScript, error will come. See this code here. So simple example I will show you. I open this JavaScript tag. Okay, and here I am using alert hi message. Yes, I have given like this, alert hi. So now if you run this program, one message box with hi message is coming inside the JavaScript. So for example, I'm taking so image tag. Okay, source is equal to something apple.jpg. Now error is there here. Now refresh, the script is not executed because direct HTML tags you want to place inside the script not allowed by default, but it is possible with JSX. So this JSX React is supporting for us. Now you can ask me, sir, what is the benefit? In which case, what is the in which scenario we are using this type of syntax. Actually here JavaScript one function is there. That function output directly I want to place within the HTML text box or any other control. Then that control you can write inside that function, and the return value, function return value, you can display on the control. Like that, you want to link JavaScript result with the HTML control, then no need to write separate JavaScript code and HTML control, and no need to call by using like document.getElement by ID. These type of functions not required. So directly you can place that HTML control inside the JavaScript. So that control is receiving the return value of that function and displays on that control. These type of operations possible with this JSX format, JavaScript XML. Okay. And next one here, supports. So React Native. Yeah, actually we don't discuss this concept initially, I'm telling you. So React Native is one concept we have. So this is to develop that cross mobile applications. Yeah, so we can also call them as hybrid mobile applications. What is the concept of cross mobile application? Only one mobile application compatible with different devices. For example, you are developing Android app. It runs under Android mobiles only. It will not run under iOS mobile. Yes, like that if you develop iOS application, it runs under iOS mobiles only. It will not run under any other mobile. But if you take here, it supports React Native application. If you develop any mobile application with React Native, it runs under Android, iOS, Microsoft, or any other mobile OS. Okay, that is cross mobile application. So actual coding is React coding only, but Native is providing some advanced library functions to handle the mobile components like camera and other devices. Okay, but in this React Native also coding is React coding only. So we should learn some more advanced libraries to work with the mobile. So but coding, scripting, everything is React. Okay, so that support is very good for us. Just like phone gap, I think you heard about phone gap. Phone gap also we are using for the same purpose, only one application compatible with different devices. Okay, fine. Next one here, supports. Okay, Redux store. This concept it is supporting for us. So Redux store is one concept. Okay, it is supporting this Redux store. So what is the purpose of this Redux store? To maintain the state of application. So state means little bit confusion to you, I think. So nothing is there. So data of one page we can send to transfer to another page. By default, these web applications, HTTP protocols, so data of one page we cannot transfer to another page. In that point of we are taking the support of Redux store. Okay, so that is very good for us. Next one, finally here, simple coding. So compared to JavaScript, it is very simple coding. So these are the main enhancements, means main features, not enhancements, main features which we have in this React.js compared with JavaScript. Is it clear? Yes. So that's why here, so these days, almost all applications in companies, if you take in IT industry companies, either React or Angular, these two technologies only they are using as front end. Backend Java, JSP servlets, or ASP or PHP or something other Scala. Okay, different types of server-side scripts are available, but in front end either React or Angular. Okay, yes. So React Angular purpose is same only. Okay, so purpose service same to work with the front end logic. So it depends on the requirement we are using these things. Okay, so React has very good openings in this IT industries, no doubt in that point of view. Okay, yes. So these are the features and this is the history and what is client side script and what is server side script. We discussed about these points. Okay, so I think you got clarity in this point of view. So now, so I will discuss programs based on these concepts. Just overview what features are available, important features we discussed here. So many more features are there. Okay, like it supports different types of validators. Okay, and number of services are available here. So like that, many more other features, but these are the major features which we have in this React. Okay, yes. So any questions, any queries in this concept?
Sir, hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, two things. What is this virtual DOM? And second is what is Redux store? These 2 points, can you explain once again?
Yeah, Redux store means okay, that is state management concept. By default for state management, we are working with cookies and sessions. You heard about cookies?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah, cookies, sessions. Okay, all this
Yes,
comes under local storage. Okay, all this
yes,
comes under state management objects. Now, so Redux is more powerful than cookies, sessions, and local storage. So this is also one state management store only. To what is the main purpose of state management objects? One page data you want to access from another page. Okay,
yes,
in
yes,
that point we are using cookies or sessions like that. So Redux is also same purpose, but here Redux automatic subscriptions are there. Subscriptions means whenever data is updating in all pages, these updates will affect. That is the subscription, automatic subscription. So in that point of Redux is very helpful for us. I will explain the programs in that point of view. Okay, and
yes, sir.
virtual DOM, this virtual DOM here. So here by default every HTML page related one object is loading in the memory location, that is DOM object. Okay,
Okay,
so based on this DOM only the browser displays the output. In browser
okay,
you modified any control property means value or anything, then what happens, the DOM is recreating every time. So that's it is some time taking process.
yes,
In
yes,
this React, what is the benefit we have? Virtual DOM it is creating for us. Okay, so what the role of virtual DOM? So whenever modifications happen in browser, those modifications will not apply on the original DOM directly. First of all, virtual DOM is taking these modifications and only that patch location is updating on the original DOM. Only those
okay,
modifications it is updating on the original DOM. So that is entirely taken care by virtual DOM only. Means every time DOM is not recreating every time. Okay, because of this virtual DOM. If there is no virtual DOM, so then what happens, whenever we are modifying the properties, okay, of controls, every time DOM is recreating. So that's why loading is a little bit slow if you perform any modifications on the control. But because of virtual DOM, so performance is very fast. I will show the comparison in this point of between Angular application, React application. So at the time of modifications, how much difference is there, that I will show you, then you will get more clarity. So
okay, sir.
this concept is also not there in Angular.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah.
Got it, sir.
Next, any other queries? Yes. Okay, fine. So here I will start the first of all, I told you I will start with JavaScript concepts here. So here initial starting 4 classes I will take 50 to 55 minutes. After that our timings would be 1 hour 5 minutes to 1 hour 10 minutes every day. Okay, so tomorrow I will start the concepts of JavaScript. Once JavaScript is completed, then only I will discuss the React concepts. Okay, JavaScript is very important for us. Okay, yes. So no more queries we have, I think, right? And here we are discussing interaction with database. Okay, by using server-side script, how to call the API services of Node and JSP API services, how to call, and how to call the external API services. Okay, like countries information and COVID API service like that. So and how to work with the CRUD operations with database, and how to integrate with Bootstrap, and how to integrate with jQuery. Okay, and how to apply the animations, how to create the components. So this React is component programming. So how to work with these components and how to get the functional component, class component, all these concepts we are discussing. So for this, it will take 60 days, no doubt in that point of view. Okay, because many concepts are there. So we have to cover all these concepts. Only for single page application, we're spending around 4 days like that. So in this scenario, we are discussing login, logout, and router guards. Router guards means so role based authentication means for manager I want to provide accessibility of some pages, for super administrator more accessibility. So everything we are discussing in this single page application concept. Okay, like that. Fine. So in tomorrow's session, I will start the JavaScript concept. JavaScript, everyone is feeling, we know JavaScript very well, but in the JavaScript, advanced JavaScript is very, very important for us. Okay, not the basic JavaScript and core JavaScript, hosting, okay, nation closures, okay, and lexical scoping, okay, and ECMAScript to 2020, okay, features, okay. So next one here, asynchronous programming, promises, okay, async await, callbacks, like that, binding, okay, events, okay, event emitters. All these concepts are very important to work with this React.js. Okay, fine. So see you next class. I hope you understand this concept. So brief idea. Okay, slowly we'll get more clarity in this point of view. Fine. Yeah. See you in tomorrow's session.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, presently I didn't have knowledge about JavaScript. I know basic knowledge about HTML, CSS. Yeah, can I understanding this
Yeah, I told you.
React.js?
First, I will explain you the JavaScript concepts. Okay, so I know not only you, many people they don't have idea on JavaScript. Some people have idea on the window object, document object, like that. Okay, so that's why
Sure.
here I will take care about the complete JavaScript,
Okay,
because in
okay.
interviews they're asking questions based on JavaScript. First point. Yes.
No, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir. But I'm joining one company there. The client is
Ah,
asking front end is React.js, back end is the Django REST framework. That's why
okay.
I'm joining to React side in your institute.
Yeah, definitely you want to, you are working already, but anybody is attending the interviews, compulsory they will ask questions on JavaScript, because this is JavaScript library na. Without knowledge in JavaScript you cannot work with this React. Yes, so that's why first I will explain you JavaScript concepts completely. Okay, then only I will start the React.
Okay, sir. Sir, after
Yeah,
this complete course, how many years of experience facing,
it
sir?
depends upon your practice also. If you practice very well, so minimum 3 years you can easily go, no doubt in that point of view. Depends upon
Okay,
your
sir.
because we are covering bootstrap integration, everything here. That's why, so even designing the views also you will get more clarity, but we have to practice.
Okay,
Okay,
okay. Sir. Thank you so much.
see you next class. You can leave now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Bye, team.
Yeah, good night. Bye.